Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and we have the Friday freebie here. I may work with it today, but that would mean I would need to cut it out, so. But if I don't work with it, that's fine. You guys know what you do with these pretty spring flowers, so you can cut them out and use them on your projects, tags, pockets, ephemera cards, things like that. So today what we're going to do, I had a different plan. Now, I didn't film yesterday or day before because I was finishing up my taxes. Yes, give me a migraine, but we got it done. So I've got those sent off to the... Bethany scared me. She walked up behind me. Hi. Bethany's here. She walked up behind me and she scared me. I'm not used to anybody being here. I got those sent off to the accountant, so... Anyway, they are out of here. I should make Bethany cut these flowers out since she's here, shouldn't I? But we're going to make some file folders, some mini file folders, and we're going to use this punch to do it. That's all we're going to use is this punch. So these are quick and easy, and they're real cute to slide down in the pockets of your journals, or you can use them to send in the mail. You can do just about anything with them. You can put some little scrap papers in here and make it into a little notebook. What I'm trying to say, the whatever is endless. The possibilities are endless. My mind went blank. I have been working with taxes, so you have to forgive me. We're going to work with this one now. I've just got a mixture of papers here, so I'll use a little of each of them probably. But we're going to do a little bit with this blue today. And I've just folded it over, and yes, I am using some new papers. You can use scrap paper if you want. I don't have any scrap paper that's big enough. I've used up all my scrap paper. I'm folding it over to 4.5 wide. You can make them smaller, you can make them bigger. It's up to you and how your journal, if your journal will hold that size. Now, I'm trying to cut with my scissors and I don't need to. I need to cut with this so that it'll be straight-ish. So cut that off, but that will be a good belly band, so you can save those for later. And then decide if you want to use the top or the bottom, because I cut this one, let's see, well, how big did I cut it? I cut this one at 6 inches. So that's about what I'm going to cut this one at, so you can decide if you want to use the bottom part or the top part. And since this one's pretty on bottom and top, I'll save that. Now, save that little piece because we can use it too. Lots of things we can make with that. So you've got a piece now that is 6 inches by 4.5 inches. And it's folded. And there's the inside. This one's already got the backing paper in it where you can write in it like you want. If you have some single-sided paper, you can either put your writing paper on the inside and glue it down, or leave it like it is. It doesn't matter. Now, I'm going to put, let's see. All right, first off, I'm going to punch this corner. Because if I'm going to put a tab way down here, I need that corner punched first. Because if I don't punch it first, you can't get in there to punch it later, probably. So I'm going to put one down here on this end this time. I'm going to punch it like that. And then I'm going to slide this down to that little rounded part right there. Is right at the edge of this. Right at the edge of the end of the punch. And then I'm going to punch it again. So we've got this part. And I didn't need to round that after all, because I'm going to be cutting it off. So why did I round it? That's just me. Brain fried today. Okay. And now we're going to cut this one off so that we'll have that little tab left. Just like that. So there's Instant File Folder. Now you can cut one of these tabs off and just have one on there, but I'm leaving mine. I don't mind it being there. Now you can use this tab also, or this punch also, to do the corners, to round the corners if you want, because it does both. So you don't need any other punch but this one if that's what you want. And I think, Bethany, do we have any more of these punches in stock? I think they're up there. Can you see? I think we have some more in. We got more in the other day, unless they've all sold out. I think that's where your dad put them. Oh.
Yes, we did have some.
Okay.
There are about 5 left.
Oh, okay. She said we had about 5 left, so I guess that means we better get more of those on order.
Probably.
Because those will go in a hurry. I think we got 12 or 14 in to a couple of days ago, and they're already down to that. But there's your file folder right there. Cute little file folder. And you can do them at different levels. You can see I almost made those, the tabs, pretty close to the same place, but you can slide them on down to the end if you want to. Let's do another one, and we might do that. Let me grab a different one. Let's grab this one. Now, I think I want this side to be my folded side. So let's see. Let's fold it over a little bit more. And like I said, it all depends on your journal, what size your journal is. If you're making a skinny journal, you might need to make these a little bit smaller. It just depends. Mine, this should be good with mine. And you can also clip them on the page. You don't have to put them in a pocket if you don't want to. You can just take the page and you could clip it on, let's see, let's flip this. You could clip it on the page like that, or you can open it up and clip it on the page like that. Any way that you want to do it. Or you can glue them down, or you can put them in a pocket. Yeah, I'm used to being alone when I'm filming, so I'm always talking to you guys, and I don't know there's anybody else in the world. See, another one that we can use for a belly band. Let's see. I think, ooh, I like both sides of this one. Well, they're both sides are going to show, but I'm going to cut this top part off. I'm just going to cut it about, well, I need to cut this little black piece off the bottom first, so I'll know about where I'm cutting. Then we'll cut about 6. There we go. And remember, save those pieces. I'll show you what we'll do with those probably in the next video. So there we've got an instant little part of a file folder. Now let's just go all the way down to the end. Now I haven't punched one like this before, but we're going to see if it works. Punch there, and then let's punch right there. Now, if you don't think you can cut a straight line from here to here, you can put your ruler on it if you want. And just make sure that the ruler's right at the bottom of the pit of that little punch that you did there. And then you can just draw a little line like that and like that. And then you just cut that part off. And I don't know, I wasn't up above it. I don't know if I cut it exactly straight. I mean, if I marked it exactly straight or not. But I usually just eyeball mine and cut it. I don't spend too much time worrying about it. You know our motto, not going to worry about it. There we go. So, see, I didn't cut that exactly straight. I mean, I didn't mark it exactly straight. I keep saying cut. Where is my eraser? I do have a really good eraser that my friend sent me, and now I can't even find it. Oh well, we'll use this one for now. But I have a good one around here somewhere. So now you can go ahead and hopefully we can round that corner. See, that's the part that makes it harder. You can't get that in there when you've got that tab at the end. And I don't think I can get it in here either. No. So this one we will have to do with our scissors. It's a little bit harder when you make the tabs at the end. But that's okay. We got it. You could always round this one and then just turn it up like that and round that one, but it looks like it did pretty good. So what is everybody doing today? Is it raining in your world or is it sunshine? It is half and half here. I think we're supposed to get storms the next few days. And then we're going to get rain every day next week, I think. So see, there is another one. Super cute. So we could put those together, and so you got a tab here, and then we can make another one with a tab right here. Which you don't have to have tabs at different levels, but you guys know. That's just what I'm doing. Alright, I'm finding another piece of paper. This is one that misprinted on my printer, so I'm going to use it. And this is from our new collection, Birds and Butterflies. I had to think about that a minute, didn't I? Let's put it about right there. I don't want to cut my birds. Don't want to cut the birds in two. They might cry. And then we shall trim this off. Oh, I don't know if you've got your emails yet or not. If you haven't looked, you better go look. There's a big sale when you don't want to miss it. I'm not going to tell you what the sale is. You got to go look. If you didn't get an email, a newsletter, send me an email to scrapbookingwithme55@gmail.com, and I'll put it here on the screen, and it's also always below, and I will try my best to get you a copy. For some reason, some of our emails are getting blocked by certain companies, and I don't know why. Don't really know which companies, but that's the way it goes. It's not our fault. We send them to your email, but we can't force your email provider to give them to you. All right, we've got that one right there, so let's punch this one here. Right about there. And then we'll skip down to there, maybe. Oh, that one like to done me. Okay, and then this, we've just got a little tip here, and we're just going to cut it off. And then I'm just going to put my scissors right in here, and I'm just going to eyeball it. And see, I rounded that corner, and I needed to have waited. I get too anxious. I'm a quick clicker. Isn't that pretty? I like that one with the birds. See, you can use both sides of these. And the middle. So that can be written on. So now let's see if we've got them in at different levels. This one may be way at a different level. Yeah, this one's on down there. But see, we could put another one right here if we wanted to. But I'm not planning on putting them together in a journal anyway, so it really doesn't matter. These will probably go in different journals. And then I would decorate them a little bit. Let's do one more, and then we'll do some decorating. Let's see what other paper I have. I have another one of those, but this one is not. Let's do this one that's not backed, and I'll just show you what I would do with it. Stand up, stand up. There we go. I think I want this side with all the birdies. So we're going to fold that over like that, and I'm getting that little bird in, barely, but I'm getting him in. Then just trim that off. Belly band, automatic belly band. Okay, let's trim this little white part off, and then we'll decide which end we want to keep. I'm thinking it's going to be the top, but we'll see. Oh, ooh, you know what? I like the bottom because I like that lace on there. So we may cut it right here. This one might be a little bit shorter, and I could use this with the birds as pockets or something. He might lose a little part of his tail, but he didn't cry. He's good. And this one is a little bit shorter than the other ones. That's what I said. You don't have to make them a specific height. This is 5.5, so it's a 1/2 inch shorter. Okay, it doesn't have writing paper on the inside, so we're going to add writing paper to it. Well, that one I took a chunk out of, but that's all right. We'll use it. So now we can put this right here and glue that down on there. And I'm just going to put glue on this whole piece right here. Bethany is leaving for the day. Everybody say bye to her.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Bethany. Alrighty. Then we'll glue this down on here. Like that. So don't worry if all you have is a single-sided paper. It's still going to work. Just need to glue a piece down inside it. Unless you don't care for it to be white. If you don't care for it to be white, then you can just leave it like it is. But these have got lots of possibilities. Like I said, you can make little notebooks out of them. Just different things. And this punch is just amazing to make these. So I get excited when I find different ways to use my punches. Alright. Now make sure you glued it down really well and that you press that glue in well before you fold. And you could wait for your glue to dry before you fold, but you know that this girl does not. I don't like to. I don't like to wait. I'm not a waiter. I hate to go to the doctor and wait. That's why my doctor, bless his heart, my doctor, he knows that I hate to wait, and he knows that I get very impatient. And if I wait, my blood pressure goes sky high because I just don't like to wait. And that sounds so selfish, but I'm not being selfish. I just have that anxiety about waiting. So, especially when there's a room full of sick people and people coughing and sneezing, and But anyway, he knows that I just can't stand to wait. So as soon as I sign in, they will go ahead and put me in a room. Even if it, might take him 30 minutes to get to me, which it usually doesn't, but they'll go ahead and put me back in a room. So he's like, you don't like to wait, and I'm not going to make you wait, so we're going to put you in a room. But he's a good friend, so he's, we've been friends and even worked together for many years, so we know each other and know what makes each other tick. So he just knows that makes me ticked. Not ticked, but ticked when I have to wait. Oh, me. So there we go. Got another one. And this one, like I said, is just a little bit shorter, but it's still cute. And then this one is going to have a little bit of bowing just because we had to glue that other part in there. Just lay it under something heavy. Keep pressing your glue in and it will be fine. I usually have no problem with my pieces that I glue, bow in or anything like that. See, now we've got a writing place on the inside and you can't even tell that we glued that in there. So let's decorate these up just a little bit. So this punch, and like I said, we will have more in. I have 5 now, what Bethany said, but we will get more in. I'll just go ahead as soon as this video is over with and place another big order for them. So what do we want to put on these? They don't need a lot, do they? I might just do a label or something. Just an in general label because they got flowers and birds on them. So I don't think we need to go overboard with it. And I may have to pull out my other labels because I don't know. I don't mind that one on there though. Let's see, what kind of place is this? J. Marshall and Ball, Newark. I have no idea what kind of place it is, but we're using the label. I like the label. So we have been working our fingers to the bone on the taxes. I told you guys when I did the finishing touches on taxes, I'd probably have to take a day off, so I did. I didn't take the day off. I actually took the day to finish everything because I have so many different papers that I have to send to the accountant and so many spreadsheets that I just took yesterday, and everybody else was gone, so I took yesterday and just did it. I said it's a good time to just sit here and make myself do it, so I did. Because I knew if I did not, I'd end up putting it off again, and I did not need to keep putting it off. Okay, I'm going to get one of these little labels in here. I have to use my little tweezers because I put those, when I made this, I made those kind of tight, and I've got a lot shoved in there, so if I don't use the tweezers, I end up tearing them. That is just vellum. I had to think a minute. My brain kept trying to say Velcro, but it's not, it's vellum. The other ones I made with those little plastic sticker pouches, but that was one of the first ones I made, and I made it with vellum, which I love it. You just can't put too many things in there because it gets a little bit overstuffed. And then I probably put something on that when I put it in a journal, just depending on where I put it. So that's that one, quick and easy. Let's see. Let's do this one next. Now this one I think I made a little bit narrower. Let's see how wide I actually made this one. This one was about 4 1/4. So this one is a little narrower. And you can see the difference in the way they look. This one's about the same as this one, and then this one is a little bit wider. So it all depends on what you want. Okay, what are we going to put on this one? Let's put another label on. What do we think? Oh, sorry, I had to sneeze. I cut that part out. Y'all did not want to hear that. Oh my goodness. I think that sneeze came from my toenails. Oh, that one was painful. I think I'll put that there. I like that little red rose on it. And I may not put another one on there. Sorry, now I sound kind of stuffed up. It's just because I'm sneezing. The pollen is horrible outside. The rain that we're supposed to get hopefully will pull some of that off, but right now it's terrible, and I've been out a couple of times today, so there we go. I like that. And then I'll probably put something down here. I kind of like the idea of putting a little bit of lace or something here. You could decorate these up, put a little lace, even put a little charm hanging off of them, put a eyelet in there with a charm hanging off. You could do all kinds of things to them, and I will probably do that when I start adding them to my journal. Okay, I'm going to lay that one aside. This one won't need anything except a little tiny label up there, and it'll be done. That one's pretty. Okay, let's do this one. This one again, it's not going to need a lot. Both sides of it's really pretty. Sorry if I sniffle. I'm trying not to, but sometimes you sniffle and before you realize you're sniffling. Let's see, I don't think that one's the right color. Don't want to do a lot on it. So I may just come in with one of these Tim Holtz number labels right there. We've got some Tim Holtz number labels. We've got more on the way. These I love. I just bought another set for myself. From myself. Yes, I have to buy my stuff too. IRS doesn't like it if I buy it wholesale and then don't buy it from myself. They don't like it if I give it to myself. They don't like a lot of things. Okay, so there's that one. And I think that's all I would do to that, except I might put a little lace here with a little charm, and that's it. This one, that's pretty. I really don't want to do anything to it, but I think I might put a little number or something up here. And we might use, I thought I had a little reddish looking one right here that had some of the colors of the bird. Well, I've got that one, but I don't particularly care for that one on there. Oh, let's put that one on there. It says Styles of 1900. But it's the colors I like. So our store is scrapbookingwithme.com. I was surprised that there was some people that didn't even realize that I had a store. I've had a store for about 22 years now. 25 years now. But most everything that I use, if it hasn't been given to me, I purchase from our store or comes from our store. Like these papers are our digitals that I made last week. They're in the store. We sell digitals. We sell the digital file or we sell the print and ship. So, you know, we do have a store, and everything basically that I use, if I don't say that it's somebody give it to me, it's in the store. This is in the store. Ruler, scissors. This was someone give it to me. These little things. I don't have those in the store. Don't have the pencil in the store. This is in the store. Our glue, the ink. So that's just for those people who don't realize. Like I said, I didn't know, as many years as I've been doing this and, you know, saying our store, I didn't realize that there were still people that didn't know that we had a store. Well, it's a little bit wide. I'd like to use a little Tracy label there, but that one's a little bit wide. I might put that one on there. It's about the same width, but I need to reprint hers. This is all I have left of the ones that I bought. You know what? I probably don't need to reprint them. I think my friends, my fussy cutting friends, have cut some of these for me. I just haven't got them put in my little folder yet, so I need to look those up. I'm pretty sure they have. We'll go ahead and put this one on here for now, but then I'll try to look those up for next time. Now I want to show you a little journal, well, I say little, a journal that I have started on when I get through with this. If I don't forget, you know, I always forget. And it has been ordered for a few months. Bless her heart. She has been very, very patient with me. You know, I was sick basically from Thanksgiving till probably February. So I got so far behind on everything that and now I'm trying to play catch up, and she had been very quiet, but then she messaged me and said, you know that journal, do I need to reorder it? Bless her heart. I said, no, I'm working on it, I promise. And I did have it printed and started, but I just didn't, you know, I didn't have the pockets and things in, so now I've got some things printed to go in there. But look at those. Those are pretty, and they will go well in our journals. See how quick and easy they are to make? I mean, just some paper, and it can be your scrap paper. It can be paper that you know, misprints, whatever you have. You can make them smaller than these. You can make little teeny ones if you want to, little tiny. And they're thick enough. Now, I print on 28-pound HP 28-pound copy paper. I have an HP printer. I use the HP Instant Ink program. That link is always below. My printer link is below. And then I think I've got the paper linked below as well that I purchased. It's a little bit more expensive paper, but it prints beautifully. And your paper has a lot to do with what type printout you get. I know a lot of people say, well, your printouts of that looks so good, and I bought it and printed it, and it doesn't look that good. Well, it's your printer or your printer paper, or both. So mine is an HP 9015E, and I use only HP copy paper to print my digitals. I print the digitals that you purchase on the HP 28-pound copy paper as well. Alright guys, I think I'm going to let you go on that because we've got 5 completed. And then I'll try to get back here tomorrow to work on some more journals. I've got another journal that I need to get working on. Let me show you the one that I've got started. I'm doing it a little bit different. I haven't got her cover sewn yet, but I want to show you why. So this is going to be the sunflower journal. And I didn't sew her cover first, which I normally do, but I didn't sew it first because I'm doing this one a little bit different than normal. Usually, and I see, you can see this one's a lot longer than normal, right? Well, usually I make them, they're about 13 inches long by 9. This one is like 9 by, let's just see, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, about 18 and a half. And the reason I'm doing that way is because this part right here is going to fold over on the front and the back. So this is going to be a side tuck pocket, so that's going to fold over once we get it all stitched together, and then we'll have another fold back here. So it'll be a little side tuck pocket. I don't know exactly. It may fold a little less than that, about like that. So that's why I haven't sewn that part yet. That will get sewn probably in a little bit. And then these are her pages. They're gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then I printed different things on the inside. This one will go out, if nothing happens to me, by the end of next week. But look at that. Look at those big sunflowers. And then it's got some roses in with it here and there. I was going to show you the ones that I printed something else on the inside, but look at that. I mean, it's so pretty. I hope she likes it as much as I do. Love that bird there. Let's see. Oh, here's one that's got different things printed on the inside. The lines, and I put the little flowers there. And then that's got like the grid paper with the flowers on it. And that's got just the coffee stained or tea stained paper with flowers. That page is gorgeous. I love that little touch of purple in there. So that one's got some flowers in it. That one. This one. I just love it. I love these colors. I love these little flowers on the inside. And then that one. There's the inside with that one. This one. Look at that. So pretty. And then I've just got some, these are just some scrap papers that I'll be, well, not scrap papers. These are, I've got some little cards that I'll be using. These I'll be cutting out this weekend, so I can put them in there. There's some pockets that go with. There's some tags, more tags, more smaller cards. We'll make those into little ephemera cards. There's some smaller tags, These were pages, and I just printed them 4 to a page so that I can make journal cards out of them. And I'll decorate each one up a different way. That way they'll look all different. And there's that one with the teal. I love that one. That. Yeah, I think she ordered this one in November. And that's just as I got really sick. This is going to be tags. So I've got a tag here, here, and here. And they are alike, but when we decorate them different, they'll look different. So, and then here again, these were actual pages, and I just shrunk them down and put 4 to a page. Same thing here. I love the bee on there too. And then, then this bee had to be carrying a little teal flower. It had to be. So just a touch of teal in there, not much. So that is just the pages that I need to be cutting this week so that I can, or trim out, so that I can put this journal together. But these are going to be her inside pages along with some of the pages that I normally add, like the coffee dyed and the braille and that kind of thing. And I think there's 18 pages here, so I'll be adding about 18 of the other to go in between. So this is going to be a nice little chunky journal, but with this cover, it's going to hold it easily. So, but I just thought that was so pretty. So I wanted to show you that I'm working on, and I should be able to get this one done. Well, I told her I would get it to her by the end of next week, so that's what I'm going to do, unless I get terribly, deathly sick and just can't work on it. And let's pray that that doesn't happen. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.